Okay, this might be the most ridiculous thing we have ever done on a bank holiday in the summer. We're doing this for you guys. We're doing this for you. This is possibly one of the most madcapped things that we have ever done on the channel. But a few weeks ago we did promise to show you what St Ives was like in the summer. So it is August and...
It's Bank Holiday Monday at the end of August.
It is. So this is going to be a somewhat busy and short video. Anyway, so welcome to another episode of A Bright Side. We're in St Ives, foolishly.
We came on the bus.
We did. Oh yeah, we did come on the bus. Definitely no way that we were going to be driving here. Anyway, so let's go check it out. Came to St Ives many years ago. Probably about a decade ago. No, maybe not quite that far. Oh no, within a decade, but definitely over 5 years. My brother and his family from New Zealand came here to visit, and it was during the summer. And they wanted to come to St Ives, and it was the most horrific experience ever in terms of crowds. Nobody looked happy. The place was absolutely teeming with people. I can't see how anyone would enjoy those crowd levels in a place like this. I mean, St Ives, granted, beautiful, but, you know, mental sort of levels of people. And that was just one thing that we wanted to show you on the channel. Like I said in the intro, we came here a few weeks ago to the Tate. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to see that video. And we said then we would come back in the summer and show you guys. If you're unaware, I mean, if you're a local, you'll know how busy St Ives gets. Most locals, to be honest, like us, steer clear because there is just there's no car parking space, nothing. So we just wanted to show you guys just how busy St Ives is in the summer. That's the whole point of this. We have not gone insane. Like I said, we're doing this for you guys. We're doing this for you. By the way, I've left Shelley and the kiddos down on the beach because the town is going to be way too busy for the kids. It's going to be a bit of a nightmare. So they're down there munching on a pasty, which they got from that cafe up there. And I'm going to head into town, source some sort of food, probably a pasty, and just have a little look around and show you guys what it's like. If you are unfamiliar with the area, that one is Porth Beach. Around there then is going to be Cornwall Bay. So just to get you your bearings, and obviously keep going, you get to Lelant, and that side is Bluff, Hale, Gwithian going around. Okay, there's a plaque here. Going to be one of my fun facts that HMS Wave back in September 1952 ran aground here. HMS Wave. Lovely views across the harbour. Obviously the tide is in. When the tide is out, you can pretty much walk all the way around to Porthminster. But yeah, beautiful. So it's mad enough to walk through St Ives, let alone drive. This is like the harbour, like the little road that comes around by the harbour, and as you can see, it is jammed packed with people, and and drivers still bringing their automobiles down here, which it's just madness. Yeah, just wall to wall people. Every seat that I can see in all these like restaurants here are completely taken. The pub there, the Lifeboat Inn, no doubt will have no seating either. I don't know what the impact would be to traffic if this road were like closed during the day. It was like pedestrianised, because that would make sense from the point of view of everybody walking around here and whatnot. But again, I don't know if that would ever be a practical thing. I don't know the roadways around St Ives that well to kind of say yes, no, definitely you must close this road, because it would obviously impact other areas. I assume it would impact other areas, which is why maybe it's not pedestrianised. But it is a bit ridiculous with everyone trying to fight their way through. Okay, again, every table Every chair taken in these restaurants. We ate once in the rum and crab shack. I think that might have been before we were YouTubing, so I don't think I've got a video to leave for that one, but I remember it being pretty decent. It was okay. Just holding the camera down a little bit as best I can, just to not flash it in everybody's like faces directly. I mean, when you've got people in distance, people are, you know, that's just part of the course, but yeah, you don't want to like flash it straight in someone's face. Little look out onto what I always call the Harbour Beach. I don't know if it's officially called the Harbour Beach. That's what I call it. It's broken up into two like halves when the tide is in. Obviously when the tide is out you can access the entire area, but pretty rammed here as well. Right, I will have a little walk down that end in a minute, but I'm going to cut up here because I want a pasty, and I think I know where to get a half decent one. And this will likely lead into the most ridiculously packed street in St Ives. Okay, if the line isn't too long, I'm going to duck into the St Ives bakery, get a pasty from here, hopefully, if there's still some in there. Okay, bit of a line. Right, okay, that was a little test of patience. It was about a 10-minute wait to get into the shop, but then they didn't have any traditional Cornish pasties left. They only had like steak and Stilton, and in my opinion that would be absolutely grotesque. So yeah, we'll go and find someplace else. Okay, I've never had one from here before, just up the road. Let's see what they're like. Yes, this is definitely probably the busiest street in Cornwall at the minute. I mean, this is ridiculous. Oh, a little bit of a gap there. Anyway, pasty procured. It was allegedly a giant pasty. We'll have a look and see what size that is. I will be the judge of whether it is a giant pasty or not. Picked up a coat too. Right, and head somewhere a bit quieter. Okay, pretty much all of this street are all holiday lets, which stated in a previous video, it's not a moan or a rant. It's definitely not a moan or a rant, although I suppose it is. But I mean, it really just does kill, absolutely kills the localness, shall I say, of the area, which is a great shame. And while I'm in this neck of the woods, I'll just show you guys the crowd level here on Porth Beach, which again, if you're unfamiliar, the Tate art thing is up that way, and you've got the island up there. So this is basically on the opposite side of the harbour, and this one is very packed also. Right, I'm just going to kind of come right out the way a minute because everywhere is so jammed with people. So maybe we'll eat like Epcot style and eat off of the bin. Right, I'm just going to kind of hang around in this vicinity and consume this pasty. Right, so the Cornish Bakehouse. I've never had a pasty from there before. We'll see what it's like. Quite nicely crimped. Nice bit of ooze coming out of the top and on the bottom as well, so it looks okay, but woefully off on size. They refer to it as a giant pasty. I mean, this would be a medium or a large in most other bakeries. I would say, yeah, this definitely isn't giant. Not bad. This pastry, a little bit dry, probably because it's just been sat in a hot plate for a little while, would be my guess. Insides are alright. Get into the light a bit more. There we go. The insides aren't too bad. Looks like there's a decent amount of meat in there so far. You can see like the veg and all in there, so yeah, we'll eat a little bit more through it and then I'll let you know. It's okay, it's quite tasty. It's fairly juicy working through. I would say sort of like a middle average. I mean, it's definitely better than Warren's and Rose, but yeah, just an average pasty. I wouldn't go out of my way for one, but I would have another one. It's all right, but I definitely wouldn't describe this as a giant pasty. This really is it's just medium, really, large at best. Scanning the skies for seagulls. Always scan the skies here when you're eating outdoors in St Ives. If you don't know, the seagulls here are very aggressive and will just take anything from your hand. It's the other reason why I kind of came out here in the middle of, you know, kind of off of that main run there, because it's very open down there and you would be, you know, potential victim of some sort of like dive bombing, scoop up situation by a seagull. So yeah, I feel relatively sheltered here. Okay, heading back out into the bedlam. Yeah, that pasty was all right. It was like I said, it was middle of the road. Definitely better than a Warren's or a Rose. But yeah, it was all right. It's interesting doing my family tree actually, because if you've been following that for a while, you'll know that some of my ancestors on my dad's mother's side came from St Ives. So, you know, like talking like back in the 1800s and all. It's quite interesting that some of these like old cottages, I haven't like found an address. I haven't like found them in like a census as such. It'd be quite interesting to do that at some point. But yeah, it'd be interesting to know what sort of cottages they would have lived in. It could have been that one. Could have been this one. Who knows? Could be walking past the old homestead belonging to my ancestors. I cannot see how coming here in the height of the season is enjoyable at all. Like I say, no wonder the locals, you know, it's no wonder we don't come down here in the summer, because, you know, unless you're working here, but, you know, this is just ridiculous. Evidently there's another Cornish Bakehouse here. If I can get the camera angled. Yeah, apparently there's another Cornish Bakehouse here, and you can pick yourself up a pasty if you so wish. Yeah, again, as a local, this isn't enjoyable at all. The weather's beautiful. I mean, obviously St Ives is beautiful, goes without question. But yeah, the crowd level here, this is not really fun at all. People would say to me, rightfully, they would point out, well, yeah, but you would go to Disney with all the crowds there and stuff. But there's just a difference, you know, all like the thousands and thousands of people that will be in a Disney park, they're managed. If that makes sense. This is a free-for-all. I forgot to point out, but I'm wearing an appropriate t-shirt for St Ives. Yeah, if I'm being honest, I don't really see the sense of me walking all the way up through there and whatnot to basically just essentially get to that pier, which was as far as I was going to go before going back over to Porth Beach and catching up with Shelley and all. You can all see the sort of crowd levels here and whatnot, so I think I'm going to head back to Porthminster, close out the video over there. But on a positive note, you can see why this is one of Britain's top tourist destinations. It is absolutely beautiful here. Being local, we can just come here anytime, winter, autumn, spring, whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's you know, and it is beautiful. Like I say, you can appreciate why tourists flock here in their droves. But be warned, like I said, if you are down on holiday, if you've never been to St Ives, just take heed of that. Just take heed of how busy it is. Do not try and park in St Ives. Park in here, even though there are some sizable car parks, they are all full. You know, sort of like come the mid-morning, they will be full. If you are driving here, come here very early in the morning. But my personal advice would be to either get the train, which is the branch line. It's the St Ives branch line, which you pick up at St Earth, or you just get the bus. Get a bus into St Ives, because again, driving, you've seen it on this video, absolute nightmare. so definitely use public transport to get in here. Right, let's get the heck out of here. Made it back to Porthminster Beach, to Shelley and the kiddos. We are going to leave a video there. I hope you found it helpful. Whoa! Don't forget, I had to think then. Don't forget to do all the usual YouTube stuff like subscribe, smash the bell. Check us out on all of our socials at the bright side. So from us to you, cheers and gone. I'll take Hale Beach or Porth Kidney Beach any day.